what I'm giving to this person, they're now taking into the world, and that's their flag, right? They're like, this is who I am. I'm walking into the world, and I don't have to use words because my hair speaks for itself. My name is Madden Lopez, and I'm the executive director and founder of Project Q Salon and Community Center. And right now we are at Project Q Salon and Community Center. So I started by braiding hair, actually. I started in high school. It was how I paid for bus tokens and lunch tickets and things of that nature. I would braid your hair or give you some twisties on the quad at lunch. And then I went to beauty school at around 16, and that's where I learned. I was at the Queer People of Color conference at CSUN in 2012. Friends of mine were like, you should table, and so I did haircuts. And the first person that sat down in my chair said, can you shave my head, because I wanna come out to my parents when I get back home. It was kind of a point of no return for them and for me. Yeah, I just realized that I can help people feel good about themselves, and that haircuts are powerful and that they give you strength, and I just wanted to continue to do that forever and ever, so. Right after that haircut, I started to put away $5 from every haircut to start to save enough money to get my first trailer. It took me about 2 years to get enough money. So when we first started, I would post up in the education room at the LA LGBT Center's youth shelter. So people were like taking their tests for their GED, and I'm over here like cutting hair. Then we started to grow and we started to be too loud, and so we ended up taking up one of the group rooms instead. So we started out doing 3 to 10 a week, which is no more than about 500 per year, to doing over 700 per year by 2019. Our 2018 Project Q tour, we took our mobile self-esteem building salon across the country, mostly through the South. We tried to go to the Jim Crow South in spaces where they had experienced those laws most recently, and finding the queer spaces there, and then finding the Black queer youth in those spaces. And so the reason that we did that was specifically because we want to be able to help young queer folks in places where they don't get to see older queer folks. And I ran across a young person in New Orleans. I needed to plug into 110 Power, so I walked into their community space looking for an outlet. And this young queer person of color that looked a lot like me, just like maybe 20 years younger, was like, are you Madden Lopez? And I said, yeah, I'm Madden Lopez. And they said, okay, I get to go first. And it was the sweetest thing, because it meant to me that they had already heard, they already knew what we were doing there, they already got and understood that we were there for them. It meant that, that term, like your reputation precedes you, it was definitely evident for me in that moment. Today we are doing food and hygiene boxes for Pride Month. Today we have 25 boxes. Normally we try to keep it at about 25 boxes so that we can actually focus on quality as opposed to quantity. So we service TAY age youth, so that's transitional age youth, and that is anywhere from 13 to 24. I kind of give a little bit more of a fuzzy area on either end. Foster care is actually a big part of the contributor to homelessness. So 20% of youth that are in foster care are Black, and then 40% of those youth end up homeless. When folks are in foster care, usually their parents, they've been kicked out of their homes for being queer. This happens a lot, happened to me, it happened to a few of my friends. They go into foster care, and then the foster parents are either very Christian, because this happens often, they're very religious, and then they would rather live on the streets than actually live in a home where they can't be themselves. Those are the people that we want to serve. Right? That's where we get to actually step in and take care of our folks. And we work with different foster cares as well to make sure that we're creating a support system for them before they end up on the streets. So today we have the Rainbow Apron. It's just like Blue Apron, except it's free and it's for queer folks. This was designed by one of our local artists, Teresa Parnian with Savage Muse, and she was able to create specific recipes for our young folks, one-pot recipes, all kinds of different cooking. So we have really healthy food like vegetables and rice and spaghetti, right? But how do we use them? And then how do we make sure that we can keep them for a long time? She even made pickling recipes. So we have jars and seasonings for pickling, and What it says on here is not just about the food itself, but also about how pickling is a way for us to plan for our futures. If we plan for our futures, then we know we'll be here tomorrow, and that creates our own sense of worthiness. So 25 people a month get these special boxes that are delivered to their door contact-free. Now, other than that though, we have our 24-hour pantry that serves as many people as come by a day, and we also have our free food refrigerator, community fridge, that we go through about 10 pounds of food per week. So inside of our Rainbow Apron recipe book, we also put these $25 gift cards. This means if there's anything along the way that they ran out of, or if they like something from the recipe book, they can actually go and purchase something for themselves as well. But everyone that donates $25 will either help a young person have a sense of taste and or get their free haircut. So $25, it also goes up to $100. We are not going to end homelessness by giving somebody food or giving somebody a haircut, but we can help them feel good about themselves, and they'll learn that they're worth fighting for, and they'll pick up the tools on their own. We have food that we give to people we're able to eat when we're here. We're able to give haircuts, which means that we're able to get haircuts. We have our clothing closet when it's cold. We have the jackets here, like all of those things that I tried to make a space for other people. I guess I never realized that I'd have it too. And I think that's been the most rewarding thing, is that when you're trying to build community and you're trying to make a safe space for others, that you now have a safe space for yourself.